But what if I told you there's a single coin from 2002 hiding in plain sight that could be worth over $1 million? Yes, $1 million. Right there, in your pocket, or in your drawer, unnoticed for decades that it's hard to imagine. We pass pennies by every single day. We toss them in jars, leave them under couches, maybe even throw them away without a second thought. But this isn't just any penny. This is the 2002 Lincoln penny with no mint mark, a coin that has quietly become one of the most sought-after treasures in modern numismatics. The story begins with the U.S. Mint in 2002. That year, billions of pennies were produced, most with a familiar P for Philadelphia or D for Denver. But a tiny, almost imperceptible number were struck with no mint mark at all. A production anomaly, a minting error that should have been impossible, and yet, somehow, it exists. Collectors stumbled upon the first of these pennies and were stunned. They realized immediately that this wasn't just a curiosity. It was a ticket to a world where a single coin could turn ordinary lives into extraordinary ones. Imagine finding something you've held in your hand every day, something you thought was worthless, and discovering it's actually worth $1 million. The emotional weight of that discovery is almost unbearable. The person who finds one of these pennies doesn't just gain wealth, they gain the power to change everything. Pay off debts, buy a dream home, secure their family's future. And all it takes is spotting one tiny detail on a coin you've probably seen 1,000 times. First, you need to check the date, 2002. Next, look closely at the mint mark. Most coins will have a clear P or D beneath Lincoln's bust. But this one? Nothing. It's blank, completely absent. Some might be tempted to think it's just worn down, but this is different. The blank mint mark is perfectly smooth, as if it was never stamped in the first place. That imperfection is what makes it so valuable. That imperfection is what turns an ordinary penny into $1 million treasure. But identification doesn't stop there. The coin must also have its original luster, a sharp strike, and clean surfaces. Any scratches, dents, or discoloration can drastically affect its value. That's why collectors spend years training their eyes, learning the subtle details that separate a common coin from one worth millions. The suspense doesn't end with finding the coin, because even after you've held it, there's a decision to be made. Do you sell it or hold on to it? Every day, the market shifts, and every single coin is unique. One penny can make headlines. One penny can make history. Stories from collectors who found these pennies are almost unbelievable. A retiree in Ohio discovered one hidden in a jar of spare change. A father handed one to his son as a gift, never realizing its true worth. Each discovery comes with disbelief, joy, and a profound sense of destiny. It's a reminder that sometimes fortune doesn't come knocking at your door, it's already in your hands. Even the experts are fascinated. Numismatists analyze every edge, every strike, every detail of these coins. Auctions have seen bids skyrocket into the millions. And the reason is simple: rarity. These pennies are nearly impossible to find. They are the golden needle in the haystack of modern coins to ASU handle your own change. Imagine the possibilities. That dull, copper penny you overlook could be a life-altering treasure. That feeling of doubt, that hesitation before tossing it aside, might be the moment that decides whether you discover your fortune or miss it forever. And here's the truth that keeps collectors awake at night. There are still hundreds, maybe thousands, out there, hiding in plain sight. In wallets, in jars, in drawers, in the cushions of your couch. People walk past them every day, unaware that a single coin could transform their lives. So take a moment, pick up your change. Examine the date, examine the mint mark. Learn the details. Train your eyes. Because once you spot a 2002 penny with no mint mark, you're not just holding a coin, you're holding a possibility. A possibility of $1 million. Imagine telling your friends, your family, that the coin you casually dropped into your pocket last week is now worth over $1 million. That feeling, that shock, is why collectors don't stop hunting. That feeling is why these pennies will always be legendary. Every penny has a story, but this one could have yours. And it's waiting for someone who will notice, who will recognize its rarity, who will realize that fortune sometimes comes quietly, without fanfare, disguised as something ordinary. This is the power of the 2002 no mint mark Lincoln penny. Ordinary at first glance, extraordinary once discovered. Millions are searching for it. Experts, collectors, everyday people. But maybe, just maybe, you already have it. Maybe it's sitting unnoticed in your pocket, your jar of coins, your desk drawer. That's right. A single 1981 D. Lincoln penny could be hiding in plain sight, right under your nose, waiting for someone like you to discover it. Most people walk past this treasure every day, thinking it's just a penny. But this coin isn't just metal. It's a doorway to unimaginable fortune. The story of the 1981 D. Lincoln penny begins in a small minting facility in Denver, where a tiny error slipped through the production line. A mistake so small, so subtle, that the casual observer wouldn't notice it. But collectors with the right eye know that this tiny detail transforms a simple penny into a $1 million coin. Collectors all over the country have spent decades searching through rolls of pennies, hunting for this elusive treasure. And the moment they spot it, their lives change forever. Families have been able to pay off mortgages, start businesses, or finally retire, all because of this single coin. It sounds unbelievable, but the proof is real. Coins have sold for $1.6 million in private auctions. First, examine the mint mark. The coin carries a D for Denver, but not every 1981 D penny is valuable. The secret lies in its die variety. Look closely at the date and the lower rim of the coin. Some coins have doubled features or unique imperfections that indicate rarity. Under magnification, you'll notice subtle shifts in the lettering or faint doubling near Lincoln's profile. These are the signals of a coin that could be worth $1 million. Imagine holding that penny between your fingers, knowing that this tiny piece of copper holds more power than most people see in a lifetime. The thrill of discovery is not just about money, it's about connection. Connection to history, to the hands that minted it, and to the countless collectors who have dreamed of finding the same coin. Many have missed it, staring at stacks of change without realizing what they held. Some thought it was a normal penny, tossed it into jars, and never thought twice. Others, with a keen eye and patient hands, noticed something different. That moment of recognition, a feeling of heart-pounding excitement, is what drives collectors to search endlessly. You don't need a professional grader to spot the potential. A good magnifying glass, bright light, and patience are all you need. Hold the penny at an angle, let the light hit it just right, and examine the mint mark, the date, and Lincoln's features. Watch for doubled lines, raised spots, or imperfections that seem out of place. Each tiny detail could be the difference between a common coin and a treasure worth millions. Think about the emotions of the first person who ever held this coin after discovering its value. Shock, disbelief. Then, slowly, the realization that their life could change forever. They weren't rich yesterday, but today, everything was possible. And that same opportunity exists for you. Collectors will tell you stories of near misses. Pennies sold at garage sales for a few cents that later turned out to be worth six figures. The world of rare coins is full of missed chances, but it's also full of hope. Every jar, every drawer, every forgotten coin could hide the one that transforms a life if you think about it. That's why the hunt is so addictive. It's not just about money. It's about finding that one coin that others overlooked. The 1981 D. Lincoln penny is rare, yes, but more than that, it's a symbol of possibility. It reminds us that fortune favors the observant, the patient, the persistent, and remember, it doesn't matter if you're a seasoned collector or just someone who occasionally checks their change. The potential is the same. Every coin you see could hide a secret, and that secret could be worth over $1 million. Every time you pick up a penny, pause. Examine it. Appreciate it. That small action could be the moment your life changes. Imagine telling your friends or family that a simple penny in your hand is worth more than most people make in a lifetime. It's more than money. It's freedom. It's opportunity. It's proof that sometimes the extraordinary hides in the most ordinary places. Millions of people will pass by this opportunity, not knowing what they are missing. But you don't have to. With knowledge, awareness, and just a little bit of luck, you could be the one to uncover the 1981 D. Lincoln penny that others only dream about. Remember the details, check the mint mark, look for the subtle die variety, and trust your instincts. That's how treasures are found. History has proven that the right coin, in the right hands, can create life-changing moments. Collectors who recognize the value of these pennies often found themselves thinking back to that first moment of discovery, amazed that something so small could hold so much. The excitement, the disbelief, the joy, it's all part of the journey to SO as you go about your day. Examine the change in your wallet, the jars in your kitchen, the coins tucked in drawers. Take your time, inspect them carefully, and know what to look for. The hunt is real, the stakes are high, and the reward, potentially over $1 million, is within reach. Yes, you heard that right. One small, ordinary-looking 1982 Lincoln penny could be worth $1.7 million. And most people have no idea it exists. It sounds unbelievable, but there's a reason why this penny is more than just spare change. Its story starts in a U.S. mint that made a simple mistake, a mistake that now makes this coin one of the most sought-after treasures in American numismatics. In 1982, the mint produced billions of pennies, but only a very few contain a secret feature, a subtle variation in composition that separates the ordinary from the extraordinary. Most collectors think they know pennies. They've seen them in their wallets, on the street, in piles at the grocery store. But this penny hides in plain sight. It's easy to overlook because it looks almost exactly like every other 1982 penny. The difference is subtle, almost invisible, yet it holds a power most of us can't imagine. The ability to turn a simple coin into a life-changing treasure. Here's how to spot it. Start with the mint mark, the D on the penny. That tells you it came from the Denver Mint. But the real magic is in the metal itself. In 1982, pennies were made in two different compositions, a traditional copper version and a newer zinc version with only a thin copper plating. The rare $1 million penny is one of the old copper ones, struck at a time when most pennies were transitioning to zinc. If you have a 1982 penny, it might look ordinary, but if it's solid copper and in uncirculated condition, you could be holding the equivalent of a small treasure chest. Think about that for a moment. Millions of Americans have passed by this coin without a second thought. Yet one single example is sitting in a collection somewhere, waiting to be discovered. The suspense of knowing that ordinary change could hide extraordinary wealth is what makes coin collecting addictive, thrilling, almost like a real-life treasure hunt. The story doesn't end with just spotting it. Collectors have spent decades hunting these pennies, scouring rolls from banks, swapping with friends, examining each coin under magnifying lenses, searching for that unmistakable shine, that perfect weight, that subtle difference that confirms it's the real deal. The moment they find one, their hearts race, and they realize, this is not just a coin. This is a $1 million discovery. Imagine holding it in your hand. The weight of history, the potential of wealth, the thrill of knowing you might be among the few in the world who truly understand its value. It's an emotional experience, a mixture of suspense, awe, and disbelief. How many coins sit in your pocket or on your counter that could hold this same secret? Now, don't panic if you're not a professional collector. Identifying this penny is easier than you think if you know what to look for. First, the year and mint mark. Then, the composition, copper, not zinc. Next, check the edges. A genuine copper penny from this era has a certain heft and sound when dropped on a hard surface. The difference is subtle, but it's unmistakable once you know what to listen for. Even the smallest details matter. The way the Lincoln bust is struck, the texture of the fields, the sharpness of the letters. Collectors have shared stories of finding these pennies in the most unlikely places. A forgotten change jar, a relative's drawer, even on the street. Each discovery is accompanied by disbelief, excitement, and often tears. Because this is not just about money. It's about the thrill of discovery, the joy of finding something that no one else sees, the feeling of holding history and millions of dollars in the palm of your hand. The truth is, these pennies are incredibly rare. Out of billions minted, only a handful survive in the right condition, making them worth more than just their metal. They represent opportunity, luck, timing, and the thrill of being the first to uncover a hidden treasure. Every time someone uncovers one, the story spreads like wildfire, reminding all collectors that fortune can hide in the simplest places. You don't have to travel to distant lands or dig through old ruins to find this kind of wealth. You don't need a secret vault or a collector's library. You just need the knowledge to look carefully, the patience to inspect, and the awareness that what seems ordinary could be extraordinary. Every coin has a story. This one just happens to be worth millions, and it's not just the money. Imagine the conversations, the recognition, the sheer awe from friends, family, even complete strangers. A penny that turns into $1 million story is not just a financial windfall. It's a narrative, a legend, a testament to the magic hiding in the everyday world. That's why collectors dream about this coin, why stories of discoveries make headlines, and why the thrill never fades. So, next time you reach into your wallet, your jar of coins, or that dusty drawer, think about the 1982 D penny. The one that looks ordinary but could transform your life. The one that hides a secret in plain sight. The one that could make you part of an elite group of collectors who have ever held $1 million treasure. Because in the world of coin collecting, the ordinary is often the disguise for the extraordinary. Every detail matters. Every observation counts. The color, the weight, the mint mark, the texture, they all tell a story. And if you pay close attention, you could be holding history in the palm of your hand, a history that has the power to change your life overnight. This is the coin that reminds us why we collect, why we look carefully, and why we never underestimate what seems small and insignificant. It is suspense, thrill, history, and fortune wrapped into a single penny. But every collector's dream starts with disbelief. Back in 1969, the United States Mint produced billions of pennies. Lincoln's face looked the same, the copper gleamed just like any other coin, and the world went about its business. But deep within those stacks of ordinary pennies, a handful of rare errors were slipping quietly through the cracks. Unnoticed, uncelebrated, and virtually priceless. One of the most mysterious of these is the 1969 no mint mark Lincoln penny. Unlike the common penny stamped with a D for Denver or an S for San Francisco, this one carries no mint mark at all. On the surface, it seems like nothing special, a regular penny from 1969. But collectors who have learned its secrets know that it's a ticket to the $1 million club. Here's the part that will make you hold your breath. There are less than a handful of these coins in the world. That rarity is what drives their astronomical value. Just one of these pennies, in pristine condition, has sold for close to $1.8 million. Think about that for a second. One small, copper coin could change your life forever. First, you need to know what to look for. The most important clue is the absence of a mint mark. Normally, a Denver penny has a small D under the date, and a San Francisco penny has an S. But the 1969 no mint mark penny has nothing, just Lincoln, the date, and the words, "In God We Trust." Next, you have to examine the coin's condition. This isn't just a casual glance. Collectors look for sharp details on Lincoln's bust, strong edges, and a smooth, clean surface with no scratches or wear. Even a tiny flaw can drop the value from $1 million territory to thousands. The eye of a trained collector becomes a powerful tool. A magnifying glass in hand can turn ordinary pennies into treasure, but here's where the story gets even more suspenseful. Many of these coins were melted down or lost over time, making them nearly mythical. Some were discovered in old coin rolls and forgotten drawers. Others appeared in estate sales, completely unnoticed by the sellers. Every coin has a story, and the 1969 no mint mark penny seems to have lived a life of quiet invisibility until now. Imagine being the person who first spotted one of these coins. The excitement, the disbelief, the rush of realizing that you are holding something worth more than a house, more than most cars, more than you could ever have imagined. It's that emotional punch that makes coin collecting addictive. It's why we search through pocket change, hunt through old boxes, and examine every penny as if it could be the one dot. And yes, there are tricks to knowing if you might have this coin without risking your investment. Light and shadow can reveal tiny variations in the metal. Angles matter. Tilting the coin under a bright light can make the difference between an ordinary penny and a piece of history. And if you ever get a glimmer of the detail collector's prize, the sharpness of Lincoln's features, the crispness of the lettering, you might just be looking at $1 million coin. But don't get discouraged. Even the most seasoned collectors spend years searching before they find a single piece. That's part of the allure. That suspense, that hope, that constant possibility of life-changing discovery. Every penny in your change is a potential thrill, a hidden story waiting to be told. The coin's history isn't just numbers. It's a testament to the human desire for discovery. the thrill of spotting the rare, the joy of uncovering something forgotten. The 1969 no-mint mark penny has become a symbol of that, a reminder that sometimes the most extraordinary treasures are hiding in the most ordinary places. And here's another astonishing fact. While only a handful of these pennies exist, the world is full of collectors, each searching, each dreaming. Every discovery is a shock, a moment of disbelief followed by awe. You don't need to be rich or famous. You just need curiosity, patience, and the willingness to look closely. So when you next dig through a jar of pennies, remember this. One coin among hundreds could be the one that changes your life. The story of the 1969 no-mint mark Lincoln penny is not just about money. It's about the hope, the thrill, and the excitement of discovery. It's about that sudden, heart-stopping moment when you realize that something ordinary in your hand is anything but it's rare. It's mysterious. It's million-dollar potential packed into a single, unassuming penny. And the best part? This exact penny could be sitting in your drawer right now, and it's worth over $1 million. But this isn't just any penny. This is a 1991 Lincoln penny, no mint mark, and if you hold it the right way, you could be holding over $1 million. That's right, $1 million, hiding in plain sight. How could something so small, so everyday, carry that kind of value? It all begins with a mystery few people knew existed until recently. In 1991, the U.S. Mint was producing billions of pennies, stamping them with meticulous precision. But a tiny handful slipped through the system differently. They were struck without a mint mark, a silent, almost invisible anomaly. At the time, no one paid attention. A coin was a coin. Fast forward 30 years, and collectors are discovering that these unmarked 1991 pennies are not just rare, they're life-changing. Imagine walking into your local store, buying a pack of gum, and casually dropping a penny on the counter. That penny could be the very same coin that will make headlines, the coin that sends shockwaves through the collector community. The excitement, the disbelief, it's enough to make your heart race. People are literally shaking when they find this coin. And it's not just about the money. It's the story, the thrill, the feeling that you've stumbled upon something almost magical. 1991. Then look for the absence of a mint mark. No D for Denver, no S for San Francisco. Just a lonely 1991 stamped on the face of Abraham Lincoln's profile. It sounds simple, but simplicity hides secrets. The untrained eye might pass right over it, never imagining the fortune it could hold. Collectors who have uncovered these pennies describe a surreal moment. The disbelief, the excitement, the instant imagining of what $1 million could mean. Paying off debts, fulfilling dreams, taking that long-awaited vacation. It's a power that a single tiny coin carries, and it's within your reach, but the story doesn't end there. Not every 1991 no-mint mark penny is valuable. Condition is key. Look for coins that show crisp detail, sharp lines in Lincoln's hair, and clear letters on the date. Any signs of wear or scratches could reduce the value dramatically. The most prized coins practically glow with that untouched brilliance, as if the years have preserved them for the exact moment you pick them up. Millions of pennies circulate every day, yet only a handful of these rare coins exist. Every time someone finds one, the news spreads like wildfire. Online collectors swarm, dealers make frantic calls, and suddenly, a coin that once seemed ordinary becomes a headline-making treasure. It's the stuff of dreams, the kind of discovery that makes you question what else might be hiding in plain sight in your own home. And here's where the suspense deepens. Some of these pennies were tucked away in jars, drawers, and coin rolls, unseen for decades. They survived moves, spring cleanings, even basement floods. And now, someone will open a drawer and find their fortune completely by accident. Could it be you? Could the penny you've been carelessly flipping in your change be worth over $1 million? Dealers, experts, and collectors alike are constantly hunting for these coins. They study photos online, sift through thousands of rolls, and sometimes travel across the country just for a glimpse of one. It's a race, a thrill, a suspenseful hunt that blends patience with pure adrenaline. And every time a new penny is discovered, it resets the excitement for everyone else. One day you're looking at a stack of coins, the next, you're holding the key to a millionaire's story. The answer is yes, but you have to know what to look for, and you have to be ready. Check your pennies, examine the date, inspect for mint marks. Let your eyes linger on the details. The absence of a mint mark is subtle, but once you see it, it's unforgettable. It's as if the coin is quietly announcing, I am special, I am rare, I am priceless. The thrill doesn't end with finding it. Once you hold the coin, the possibilities unfold. $1 million coin can change everything. Maybe you'll invest it, donate it, or simply marvel at the fact that something so small carries such immense value. The story becomes yours to tell, a tale of discovery, luck, and timing. And like all great treasures, the journey is as powerful as the prize itself. Every minute counts when you're on the hunt. Every coin you inspect could reset your imagination. Picture this. You're at a garage sale, scanning a box of coins, heart pounding. Your eyes catch the faintest detail, no mint mark. Could this be it? Could this be the one that turns an ordinary day into a life-altering moment? It's the suspense, the drama, the realization that a single coin could change everything. And when you finally see it, the crisp 1991 date, the unmarked surface, your pulse quickens. You feel the weight of potential in your hands. This isn't just metal. This is a symbol of chance, of fortune, of the extraordinary hiding in the ordinary. It's a reminder that sometimes life's biggest surprises are the ones we overlook every day. Take a moment. Check your pockets, your drawers, that jar on the shelf. Inspect each penny. Imagine the possibility. $1 million, waiting quietly for someone to recognize its worth. The thrill, the suspense, the emotional rush. It's real, it's immediate, and it's waiting for the right eyes to see it. This isn't a story about luck alone. It's about knowledge, awareness, and timing. Knowing how to identify the coin could be the difference between ordinary change and an unimaginable fortune. Remember, look for the date 1991, no mint mark, and the finest condition possible. Every detail matters. Every glance could reveal something extraordinary. Millions of people have searched for rare coins. Millions of dollars have been won by those who noticed what others missed. And now, the 1991 no mint mark Lincoln penny has entered that exclusive circle. Ordinary to the untrained eye, priceless to those who understand. Every second you wait, another collector could be discovering their fortune. The truth is, this coin is more than just currency. It's a story, a mystery, a dream. It's the thrill of the hunt and the magic of possibility. Every time you pick up a penny, you could be holding a part of history, a sliver of luck, a chance at something extraordinary. And it's hiding in plain sight, probably somewhere in your pocket or your drawer right now. This is the 2016 D Lincoln penny, a coin so rare, so mysterious, that collectors are going absolutely wild. Imagine this. The Lincoln penny has been in circulation for over a century. Every day, millions of them pass through our hands. We think we know them all. But hidden among the billions of ordinary pennies is a coin so valuable it could change your life forever. One coin, one tiny piece of copper, worth over $1 million. The story of this coin begins with a subtle error at the mint. Most 2016 D Lincoln pennies look exactly the same. The familiar profile of Abraham Lincoln on the front, the Union shield on the back, nothing unusual. But a tiny fraction of these coins were struck incorrectly, creating a rare variation that collectors now call the 2016 D Lincoln error penny. It's so rare that only a handful are known to exist. Think about the odds. Out of millions of pennies minted in 2016 at the Denver Mint, only a few could carry this error. And the people who stumble across one are suddenly holding a piece of history and a ticket to over $1 million. But what makes this coin so valuable isn't just the rarity. It's the story behind it. Every error tells a tale of human hands, of machines misfiring, of tiny imperfections creating monumental value. When you hold a coin like this, you're holding a moment frozen in time. You're holding what everyone else overlooked, and that is priceless. First, you need to check the mint mark. The 2016 D Lincoln penny was produced at the Denver Mint, so look for the small d under the year on the obverse side. Next, the real trick. Inspect the details of Lincoln's profile and the shield. The rare variation shows subtle doubling or a missing detail. It's faint, almost invisible at first, but with a magnifying glass, you'll see it. Collectors call this a die error, where the die that strikes the coin leaves an unusual imprint. Don't just rely on memory. Compare every penny you suspect with a reference image online of the certified error. Pay attention to the tiniest differences, the way the letters look, the thickness of the lines, the spacing. One wrong line, one tiny anomaly, and you could be looking at a coin worth over $1 million. And don't rush. Take your time. Every collector knows that patience is key. This isn't a coin you grab and sell immediately. This is a coin you hold, study, and marvel at. Because once you realize what you have, it will change the way you see every penny in your life. Suddenly, a small copper disc is not just currency. It's a doorway to dreams you never imagined possible. Think of the people who discovered coins like this before. Ordinary folks just going about their day, sorting change, never imagining they were about to stumble onto a fortune. One lucky collector found a coin like this tucked inside a jar, overlooked for years. When they realized its value, it was more than money. It was a life-altering moment. Millions of people have this penny in circulation without even knowing it. It's in piggy banks, in drawers, in change jars. It could be yours. You just need to know what to look for. And now, you do. Every few minutes, take a step back and reset your focus. Look at the year, the D mint mark, the shield. Tiny details make the difference between an ordinary penny and a coin worth $1 million. You'll need a keen eye, a bit of patience, and a sense of wonder. Collectors pay thousands, sometimes tens of thousands, just to inspect these coins up close. Grading companies certify the errors, and once a coin is officially recognized, the value skyrockets. Imagine holding a coin that someone would pay $1 million for without hesitation. That's the power of rarity, the allure of history, and the thrill of discovery all rolled into one. That it's not just about money either. It's about being part of a legacy. This coin connects you to the Denver Mint in 2016, to the machines, the workers, the mistakes that created something extraordinary. Every tiny flaw is a fingerprint of the past, preserved forever in copper. You don't have to travel the world to find it. You don't need insider secrets or a treasure map. You just need to open your drawers, check your jars of pennies, and inspect them carefully. That simple act could change your life. That simple act could put $1 million in your hands. Remember, the difference between a worthless penny and $1 million coin is almost invisible. It's in the details, the subtle anomalies that most people would overlook. That's why collectors study, compare, and hold their breath. Because one mistake at the mint, one rare error, can create unimaginable value. So as you sift through your change, remember this story. Every coin has a history, but only a few carry a fortune. Keep your eyes open. Study the 2016 D Lincoln pennies carefully. Look for doubled letters, missing details, and tiny imperfections that could signal the most valuable coin you've ever seen. This is more than a coin. It's inspiration, a reminder that sometimes the most incredible things are hiding in plain sight, waiting for someone curious enough to notice. This is your chance to be that person, to hold history in your hands, to maybe, just maybe, find a coin that could change everything. Millions of collectors dream of this moment. And now, you have the knowledge to recognize it. The excitement, the suspense, the possibility, it's all in your hands. One coin, overlooked by everyone else, could be the key to over $1 million. I'm talking about a 2000 D Lincoln penny, a coin worth over $1 million. Yes, $1 million, sitting quietly in someone's pocket change, waiting to be discovered. And it could be hiding in your own collection right now. The story behind this penny is almost unbelievable. Back in 2000, millions of pennies were minted, meant to be everyday currency. But a tiny mistake at the Denver Mint created a version so rare that collectors have been hunting it like treasure ever since. It's not just a coin. It's history, a mystery, and a potential life changer all rolled into one small piece of copper. Now, let me take you through how this coin came to be. The Lincoln penny has been around since 1909, but in 2000 something extraordinary happened. Certain pennies from the Denver Mint were struck with a rare doubling error. That doubling was subtle. You wouldn't notice it at first glance. But to the trained eye, it's unmistakable. This tiny anomaly transforms an ordinary penny into $1 million discovery. Imagine holding something so ordinary in your hand and realizing its value could change your life forever. It's the ultimate underdog story, the coin everyone overlooks. But the few who notice it become instant legends in the collecting world. Here's what you need to know to identify it. First, look at the date and the mint mark, 2000D. That's crucial. Then examine Lincoln's profile closely. On these rare pennies, you'll see a faint doubling on the letters and numbers, a shadow almost like a ghost of the original strike. The difference is subtle, but it's real, and it's the key to millions of dollars. Collectors have spent years studying these pennies, and the stories they tell are jaw-dropping. People have found one in a jar, a drawer, even in a roll of change they bought at the bank. One moment, it's just a penny. The next, suddenly, it's worth more than most people earn in a lifetime. And the excitement doesn't end there. Every 30 seconds, imagine thousands of these pennies circulating, most of them ordinary, a few hiding a secret worth over $1 million. The tension of not knowing if you have one, the thrill of discovering it. It's addictive, almost cinematic. You feel like a treasure hunter uncovering lost gold right in your own home. Now, let's pause for a moment and picture this. You're sorting through coins from a roll, lazy Sunday afternoon, and your eyes catch a tiny glimmer in the copper. Something is different. You pull it out, examine it under the light, and there it is, that subtle doubling on the 2000D Lincoln penny. Your heart races because you realize this isn't just any coin. This is the one collectors dream about, the one worth a fortune, the one that could change your life. You want to check the mint mark, the weight, the color, and most importantly, the doubling. Many collectors use magnification to catch it. Look closely at the numbers and letters. The slightest shadow or doubled impression can be the difference between a few cents and $1 million coin. What makes this coin even more remarkable is its scarcity. Out of millions of pennies minted in 2000, only a handful show this doubling. That rarity creates a frenzy among collectors. Auctions can get wild. People are willing to pay eye-watering amounts, knowing that owning one of these pennies isn't just a hobby. It's a ticket to a potential life-changing sum of money. It's just a penny. And yet, in your hand, you hold a coin valued at over $1 million. The emotions tied to that moment are indescribable: shock, disbelief, excitement, a rush of adrenaline. It's more than just money. It's proof that incredible fortune can hide in the most ordinary places. Let's go back to identifying it. Focus on Lincoln's profile and the date. The doubling appears mostly on the letters D in the mint mark and the last 2 digits of the year. It's faint but undeniable. If you see it, don't ignore it. Take a step back, examine it carefully, and verify it with a professional if needed. This is not a coin you want to gamble with, and there's more. Some of these pennies have been found in the most unexpected places. A man discovered one inside a jar of old coins he'd forgotten about for decades. Another collector bought a roll from a bank, thinking it was just spare change, only to realize hours later that he held $1 million coin in his palm. The idea that life-changing luck can appear so quietly, so suddenly, is almost too incredible to believe. Every collector dreams of that moment, the discovery that changes everything. And that's exactly why the 2000D Lincoln penny has captivated the coin world. It's not flashy or obvious. It's subtle, almost secretive. But for those who know what to look for, it's a golden opportunity hiding in plain sight. Could that coin I've overlooked for years actually be worth a fortune? The suspense is part of the thrill. Every coin you check, every roll you examine, could be the moment that flips your life upside down. Get a magnifying glass, focus on the date and the D mint mark, look for doubling on the letters and numbers, and don't rush. Patience is key. 1 second of oversight could mean missing a discovery worth over $1 million. And remember, while there are millions of pennies out there, only a few hold this hidden treasure. The truth is, collectors have been chasing this coin for years. Stories of discoveries make the rounds, each one more exciting than the last. A coin that was once just metal and copper has become a legend, a symbol of hope, patience, and the thrill of discovery. And the best part? There's still a chance someone sitting right now, somewhere in their home, has one and doesn't even know it. Every time you pick up a coin, you might be holding the extraordinary. A piece of history, a piece of luck, a piece of fortune. And for those who know what to look for, a single 2000D Lincoln penny could transform everything. It's a reminder that life-changing moments can come from the smallest places: a drawer, a jar, a forgotten roll of pennies. Take a moment and imagine that. Your hand hovers over a stack of coins. One glints just slightly differently. You grab it, inspect it closely, and there it is, that subtle doubling on the date and mint mark. A heartbeat later, you realize the reality. This coin, So small, so unassuming, could be worth over $1 million.